Good evening, peace, love, and black power, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Get This Wisdom Live. I am your host for the evening, Shakti Sterner. And firstly, let me say thank you for tuning in. I am super excited. We have someone from my village and my tribe, a very, very special young man by the name of King the Swimmer on tonight. and and if before we get go any further, must provide my personal disclaimer as I do with all of my episodes. I am a stay-at-home mother. I have two small children. They are present on the scene in the background, so there may become a time where you hear them in the background because they are home with me. Don't let that deter you from the message. Even if I have to mute my phone really quickly, we're still going to rock it out. So, again, as I said, we are having a very special episode tonight entitled A Force Within the Lane. King the Swimmer is on with us. He's gonna have a very special conversation about him, what he's doing, and just what he's going to be doing in the future. We're just gonna rock it out. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring King the Swimmer up to the microphone so he can give his introduction, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. It's okay, King. Come on up and tell everybody, a little bit of your history, uh, when you got started swimming
Hello, my name
and
is
why.
King.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is King, also known as King the Swimmer. I started swimming when I was around 7 or 8. I am 13 now, so I could say that's been a minute. I've swum for longer than 5 years. Um, you can find me on Instagram at King the Swimmer 0209, and yeah.
So you've been swimming longer than 5 years. I must give you a very strong hand clap for that because you have a lot of grown people who haven't even been able to commit that much time or dedicate themselves in that manner to their selected art or craft that they're doing. So give yourself a hand on the back for being so determined and dedicated and disciplined. That's a very great thing. So when we look into the world of athletics, and we know that swimming is a part of athletics, um, swimming particularly, in my mind, you can correct me if I'm wrong now, King, because this is your field of expertise, right? When we look at the swimming world, we don't really see too many people that are our skin color in the swimming world that's doing this professionally. When we look at the Olympics and things of that nature, we see Michael Phelps and all those people like that. But the miss I want to say the underrepresentation of the African American in the professional swimming world seems to be a little low. Um, is that something that you see when you're, traveling and doing your swim meets?
Yes, most of my competitions, I'm not racing against people of my color, and I'm usually racing against other nations and stuff like that. So I could say you're correct on that.
Awesome. And why do you think that is? Do you think that we are just not interested in swimming, or we're not being given fair opportunities in the swimming world?
I'd say that society has made it in our minds to think that we can't swim, because whenever I'm talking to another person of my color, they usually say they play basketball or football, and usually say that black people can't swim. But I'm proof that we can swim.
Absolutely.
So I'd say, say it again.
I said absolutely. I was agreeing with you that you are proof.
Yeah. So I'd
Mm-hmm.
say the reason most of us aren't swimming is because it's drilled in our minds that we can't.
Okay, I could definitely see that. Society does tend to paint the image that we just can't swim. I mean, if you look at certain movies, I can't really think of a title of one right now, but in a lot of movies, when it comes to African American or Black person, whatever, melanated, they always make a joke. That person don't like water, they can't swim, they gonna mess up their hair. So, yeah, I can agree with you on that. Um, could you tell us who are you currently swimming with, as far as the team goes, and a little bit about that team?
I'm swimming on a swim team. The name of the swim team is DASA, also known as Detroit All-Star Aquatics. This swim team is like a new swim team. It's only been here since 2014 and 2016.
And awesome. And what are some of the swim meets that you have attended, and where were they located?
I've swum in a lot of swim meets throughout time, and I've swum all through the country. But a couple of local swim meets would be like the one I swam in Indianapolis. I was on Team Michigan though, but one meet I could think of that I swam on my swim team with would be Fast and Furious. It's a local meet.
Mm, awesome. And could you tell us some of your placements, your rankings that you have came in with some of your practices?
Um, Back when I was 12, I was ranked top 5 in the state in a lot of my events. I was actually ranked first in Michigan in the 50-yard freestyle, and I was
Wow.
ranked in the 100-yard freestyle.
Wow, that's crazy. I know a lot of grown people that can't swim that good. So when it comes to how you prepare for a meet, or to do one of your competitions, what does a day look like for you? How do you prepare for a swim meet?
Well, we usually have swim meets on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Most of the time, it's just Saturday and Sunday. So I'd say a Friday before a swim meet, if we have practice, depending on what I'm swimming for that swim meet, I practice under that practice. But it would mostly be a chill day. I wouldn't be overworking myself. But if I don't have practice, I'd say I'd just be resting at home, preparing mentally.
Okay. So more of a mental preparation, if anything, right?
Yes.
And how often do you go to practice outside of preparing for a swim meet?
I go to practice 5 days a week, every week mostly. Unless it's like Christmas break or something, I'm always at practice.
Sheesh, 5 days a week, no time off. And what does it take physically for one to want to get into the world of swimming? What type of lifestyle diet regimen do you employ, and you think others will have to do also?
Well, if you're just starting swimming in the beginning, you don't really have to change what you do, except for the mental to be able to just start swimming. But once you get into it competitively, like I am, I'd say you have to eat more vegetables, fruits, not a lot of junk food, because it all plays a factor in your performance.
Okay, so basically, doing what we need to do anyway, which is eating a more balanced diet, more fruits, more veggies, and taking care of ourselves in that way. Um, so would you say that
Yes.
uh given that you're competing competitively, and there's my youngest baby right there. She's giving King a little bit of praise right now. Uh, so with you competing at a very deep level, you're taking this serious. What do you see for your career in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, I know in the next year I'm set to be going to the 2024 Olympics, but
Woo!
that other than that, I wouldn't really be able to tell you that. I all I do is trust the process.
Uh, Beautiful answer. And a lot of us, definitely need to get in alignment with trusting the process and committing ourselves to the level of works that are needed to make sure that process is moving in a righteous manner. So, who would you say are some of your influences in life and in swimming and too?
Well, personally, or like people I know, or people I admire.
We can go for both personally and career wise.
Okay. Well, personally, I'd say my coach, my mom, and most definitely the swimmers on my swim team. Because one fun fact about my swim team, we're more of a family than just a team. And I'm confident if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be as good as I am right now. And I'd also not personally, I'd say just pretty much the big swimmers like Michael Phelps and Caleb Dressel.
Awesome, awesome. So King said he already is ready to go to the Olympics. He takes this very seriously. He's not playing any games with anybody when it comes to his swimming. He's ranked number one in the state of Michigan, various top five rankings. Like this is a very serious passion for King. King, if you weren't swimming, what would you do career wise? If swimming was something that wasn't on the table for you, what would you do?
I wouldn't be able to answer that question. I never really thought of it.
He says he doesn't even have a plan B because plan A is gonna get him to the promised land. Well, I am all for it. I am all for it. So what do you do for fun, because you work so hard, so we work hard, we play hard. What do you do to make you happy? What does fun look like for you?
Swimming.
He says,
Swimming is fun for me.
Look, Shakti, swimming is what I do. Swimming is what I am. I don't think about nothing else. And I'm not mad at you at all. You know, we tend to tell people, especially in this spiritual world that we're in, follow your passion, find your purpose, and make a career and a lifestyle out of your purpose. So I definitely think that you are on the right path with that and not deviating from the path that is laid before you. And we are definitely cheering you on over here at Get This Wisdom. So if you were speaking to a young person such as yourself or younger than you that is saying, "Hey, I think I can do what King does. He's inspiring me. I want to be like King when I get older." Uh, what would you tell that young person about, what it takes to become a swimmer?
I'd say it takes motivation. I'd say you have to have a love for the sport in order to become good at it. Because whenever you're doing anything, if you're not liking what you're doing, you're most likely not gonna do it to your best capability. So I'd say if you don't love the sport, don't do it. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying if you do a sport, do it and have fun. Don't do it because you wanna become an Olympian. Do it because you want to have fun.
Very sound wisdom right there. Do it because you want to have fun. Keep the love for it in your heart. I love that. And, you definitely inspire me. Your level of dedication and discipline is just astronomical. So you spoke upon motivation. What are some ways that you keep yourself motivated? Wait a minute, King. We can't hear you.
Then you can
Okay.
start worrying about times. And can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
I said once you've progressed as much as I have, and then you can start worrying about times and making it to these big swim meets. I'd say motivation for me would be being able to go to these swim meets, and it's like whenever you get your first place when you're racing, it's like this shock in your body of happiness, and then once you get that, you like eager to get more of it. So I'd say that's motivation.
Awesome, awesome. We have my Joy the artist in the comment section. She says shockwaves. And we also have ETS underscore dark and lion 313 who says hola. So just wanted to give those two people a shout out and tell them thank you for tuning in. And King, what are some of the obstacles or diversities, if you adversities, pardon me, that you say you've had to come thus far in your swimming career?
Um, goals to overcome because I'm still new to the sport. I've overcome is me still having a love for the sport because my coach always tells me in the future it's gonna come a point in time where you question why do you even do this, and I just got to make sure I never stop having love for the sport because he's seen swimmers fall off because they stopped loving the sport.
Indeed, I can agree with you on that. And how big of a part does your family and your support system play within, in that keeping that love in your heart? What part do they play for you when you think about swimming in your family?
It plays a huge part, I'd say.
And can we give a little bit of why? Why does that support system play a huge part for you?
Because with support, I would question why I'm doing it. Because if I didn't have any support, I probably wouldn't think that anyone was worrying about me or watching me, which would make me not want to do it anymore.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when we move with purpose and keeping, our support system in mind when we're doing these selective endeavors, that tends to make our success a little bit more easier to obtain. And with that, we want to say, shout out to Reed's Learning Street. We know that you come in under that banner, and you guys are doing a lot in the education world and supporting, people in Detroit and abroad. So, King, we want to say thank you for that as well, being a representative of Reed's Learning Street. And let's just go into the educational talk right now, because that plays a big part in anything that we do. How do you balance, your education, getting all of your lessons done and your schoolwork in on time? How do you balance your education versus the swimming? It's a little bit of a
Could you
it's a little bit of a lag on your end, King. So you may have to repeat what you started from again because you're just now picking up on our end.
Okay. I said, could you repeat what you said? Like, could you explain more?
Okay, not a problem. Sometimes I use a lot of big old words that sound jumbled up. So, how do you balance school life versus work life? How do you balance swimming versus education? How do you make sure that you're getting your schoolwork in and your swimming in too?
Well, because I'm homeschooled, I'd say it's pretty easy to work around the schedule of my swimming. So let's say I had to swim early in the morning. I can do that because I'm homeschooled. And if I had to swim later at night, I could do that because I'm homeschooled.
Woohoo! Shout out to the homeschool life, definitely providing a lot of time in our schedules to go after our passions and to chase our dreams and our goals. So, um, w- what would you say are some of the advantages outside of, having a flexible schedule? What are some of the advantages of being a homeschool kid?
Advantages, you learn at a faster pace, and you learn easier too. Because if you're homeschooled, you don't have to be at a desk, and you can learn differently than you would at the school system.
Awesome, awesome. I definitely echo your sentiments on that one with children tending to learn at a higher level and a higher rate. So when we look at uh the world of athletics for you, what is it that you would like to see change within the world of swimming and just sports overall?
Well, I'd like to see more of us in these sports, not just basketball or football. Like, I'd like to see more of us swimming, maybe playing hockey, soccer, and all of that.
Definitely, I can see being more versatile in that way. Venus and Serena definitely stepped into the world of tennis and changed the face of that forever. So we're looking to see young Black individuals such as yourself do the same for these sports like swimming and, like you said, hockey. Well, golf was Tiger Woods, so we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, so um, when it comes to blacks and being in the sports world, who would you say are the top five athletes that you look up to?
You probably won't know all of them, but I'd say one, it would be Caleb Dressel because I copy off of his movements all the time when I'm in the water. Caleb Ledecky, Simone Manuel for sure. Um, Ryan Lochte and Thomas Mame.
Ooh wee, yeah. I'm gonna have to do some research because I'm definitely like but Young King says they're the truth, and they're the truth. They're definitely worth looking into. You're We have a very special guest in the comments. We have Mama Cherie Reed L among us, and she says unoccupied Turtle Island. And with that, we know that your mom definitely, when we speak upon Reed's Learning Street and that support system that you have, your mom is like your biggest fan, right? So if you could tell your mom anything about her helping you and being there for you and you're being grateful for that, what would you say to mom right now?
I would say thank you because I know even though sometimes I give you a hard time, I'd say thank you. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for it.
So shout out to mom, man. She's uh all time just rock star. She's at every dang on swim meet. She is there. She is at the forefront. She's like, yeah. So we definitely need more of our village to be supportive in that way. And in the city of Detroit, there are a lot of black owned establishments. I mean, that makes sense because we have the highest population of black people, quote unquote, in the nation within our city. And what support looks like is making sure that the youth in our village and around us have what they need to thrive and prosper in their endeavors, such as King needs with the swimming. So, King, well, what can we, the community around you, do more of to show you support in what you're doing?
Um, I couldn't really tell you because I don't really ask for support. I normally just get it.
Okay, well, definitely. Those who are meant to support us will ultimately. That's a given. However, I'm going to speak on his behalf. How about that? Can I do that for you, King?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you for that permission. When it comes to the elders at large, doesn't matter if you're in Detroit or abroad. Our viewership is pretty much nationwide and international at some levels. uh, when the youth are showing us that they have these skill sets and these talents, we have a duty and an obligation to push the youth up on that proverbial pedestal, if you will. We have an obligation to support them. We have an obligation to make sure they get the baton as we pass the baton to them, that they're receiving the baton and going further and excelling past us. So when it comes to support, um, I have had the opportunity to speak with your mom on certain things that we can do in the public to support your career and your dreams of going to the Olympics and even thereafter, because that's just one goal. Um, Mom definitely has some campaign information and sponsorship packages that we all can look into and add on as we are able to. So I'm going to ask mom at some point. I'm not sure if she could place them in a comment section here, or if not, we'll definitely get that information to you all in a timely manner on my Facebook page, or if you need to request that from me. What you can do, Mama Cherie, is place your email in the comment section for us, and the viewers can reach out to you that way if they are interested in showing support to King and his dreams, and furthering his swimming career. So we definitely want to garner some more support in that way to your benefit as well. Okay, King. Mm, okay, we can't hear him because that lag is going on, but it'll pop in a second. Okay, say something now, King.
I said yes.
Okay. All righty. So we're just gonna keep this thing on moving. So if you said that your team that you're swimming with, could you repeat the name for us?
That's also known as Detroit All Star Aquatics.
Okay, awesome. You say it's a family, a village there, no eyes and team, and if they're not, performing well, then you feel like you're not performing well also. And that's a great outlook to have, that tribe and village mentality, taking that wherever you go. Um, how would you say having that mindset, that tribe minded and village minded mindset, has helped you in your day to day life, not just with swimming, but overall? How does you being so a village inclined, if you will, how does that help you in your day to day life?
It helps me a lot because I'm able to move around more because I'm able to know a lot of people. So I'd say it helps a lot. It plays a big factor for sure.
And do you say that within people in your age group, because you're only 13, like you're a baby. I know you're not a baby, but you're a baby. And amongst your peer group, do you think that 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 village mindset is missing in within your peer class?
Yes, in my age group for sure because it's preteen age group for me. So I'd say that mindset would be missing a lot in my age group.
Okay. So that and I asked you that because I just wanted the viewers to hear how mature you are to be such a young age, because most children your age are not, thinking like that. They're thinking about having fun at the park, playing video games, the latest shoes, but you tend to carry that mindset in whatever you do, whether it's swimming, whether it's your homeschool collective, you know, whether you're just out in the city of Detroit with mom traveling, you tend to represent those core values and ethics just in all the way around. So would you say that you know, mom it plays a key factor in why you're so mature at this young age, or is that something that comes natural for you?
I'd say both because I'm pretty natural in what I do, but my mom also pushes me a little bit to be this way.
And that having that level of maturity at your age when you're going to these swim meets that have the older children, does that put you in a position of not feeling intimidated or scared because they're older than you and may have been doing it longer or whatever that looks like? Does that give you a standpoint of I'm just as good as you are?
Yes, it does.
Hey, awesome. And speaking upon the swim meets you've had that may include older children, have you ever encountered a time where they may have been looking at you like you're not as good as them because you're not their age, or that's something that hasn't been said directly? Could you kind of pick up on the vibe a little bit?
No, I've never been in that position before.
That's beautiful to know that even with your older peer class that they accept you for your skills and your talent, and they see that you're just as serious as they are. So when it comes to being competitive, you know when we're in these types of endeavors, when we're in sports, when we're doing that type of thing, competition is like it's natural for us, right? So would you say that you are extremely competitive, or you're just focusing on the fun aspect of swimming?
I'm extremely competitive now. When I said that you don't have to be competitive, I was talking for when you just get into the sport. But once you find that love, then you become very competitive once you find the love for the sport.
And there's nothing wrong with having that warrior spirit, that winning spirit, and whatever that we're doing. And we definitely think that you are a winner here at Get This Wisdom. So uh with that being said, I'm going to allow you the opportunity to speak to your supporters and let them know, outside of the Olympics, what you have going on, what's coming up for you, and what we can look forward to you from you, I should say, in the future.
Um. Okay. Um. I'm getting ready for Olympic trials, as I said before. I'm also getting ready to swim in North Carolina for the National Black Heritage Swim Meet. Um, and I'm also getting ready. Well, not getting ready. I'm trying to get some zone cuts so I could serve for Team Michigan again.
Nice, nice, nice. And I just peeked over at the comment section. We have Javon Waters in the building saying, "Hey fam, support the king." We also have that's the coach. All right, your coach is here.
Yes.
Shout out to the coach. All right, so now that we know that coach is on with us, what are some of the ways that your coach has helped you? You know, because from my understanding, I'm not in the athletic world, but I do know that coaches tend to play a role of a mentor too. So, how are some of the ways, and what are some of the ways that your coach has helped you in?
He's helped me a lot because I see him more as family than coach, even though I call him coach all the time. I'd say he's most definitely a father figure. So he's helped me by being more than a coach.
Absolutely, and if you could say one, because I know he's probably gave you so much advice and tips throughout the years. If you could say what is one thing that he has said to you that just sticks close to your heart, what would that be?
Um, that's hard. I would have to think. He's told me so many things. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to get back on you with that.
Not a problem at all. I mean, and I think that's very powerful to have, someone in your life that is not even just a coach. You can't even, downplay their position like that. That they are so powerful and important to you and your journey, that they're family and they give you so many. Okay, pardon me, I had a phone call come in. They give you so many jewels of wisdom. So shout out to the coach. We definitely, goodness. I don't know why people call me when I'm in the middle of going live, but uh we definitely need more young men and women to stand up in our community for our youth. So I'm going to personally say thank you, Coach. Thank you for being in King's life and the other children's lives that are on the team. We appreciate you so much for what you're doing, helping the youth elevate and grow and being that extra source of support for them. We thank you so much, Coach, and definitely shout out to you. So, if you do you have anybody that you would like to personally give, some praise to, while we're live? We already spoke about mom and coach, but are there any other people that you would like to thank for their support?
I'd like to thank Miss Joy from Karmic Dynasty, and I'd like to thank you personally, Tasso.
Oh, look at that. Y'all, I'm such a crybaby. Don't do that to me, King. I thought about this interview since we got it confirmed, and I've been over here like, yes, I get to talk to King. I get to talk to King. I am a fan of your swim work, and I'm sure that, as you become, you know, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? As you grow more in the swim world, I should say that you definitely will have more supporters such as myself, uh, Karmic Dynasty. Your coach says gratitude is always my pleasure to be a part of the village. Um, and I just want to say thank you. You've done a lot of work for my family at such a young age, with especially Michaela, and she's listening in. You are such an upstanding young man. Um, it's an honor to know you, and we are so so proud of you. We want to see you go far and do our parts to support you amongst your journey. And I say thank you, King. I love you so much. And to our viewing audience, we just want to reiterate that King is a representative of Reach Learning Street, which is a African centered homeschooling infrastructure, and they do have the unschooling guide available as well. Uh, and Mama Cherie will put her email in the comment section for supporting that way. So, King, with
Here it
that,
is right here.
oh, he has it. See, I love it. See how prepared he is. Look at that. You can't beat that with a baseball bat. Put it up a little closer, King, so they can see it just a little bit more. That is the unschooled guide, and I tell you, I actually have it, and that's such a powerful piece of literature to have. If you're looking to, if you're already a part of the homeschooling world, or if you're looking to make that transition, that's definitely something that you should obtain because it's helpful. It'll get you where you need to be. With that being said, King, we're going to get ready to wrap things up. We know that it's dinner time. However, I asked Miss My Joy, who's with us, this question. I'm going to ask it to you before we go. If you could define yourself with 5 words, what would they be and why?
Competitive, because, like I said before, I'm highly competitive. Mature, because, like you said, most people my age wouldn't be thinking as the way I'm thinking. I say intelligent, because I'm above most of people my age. I'm athletically and learning wise, I'm higher than the school would say I should be. Um, I'd say, what else? That's it for me.
And those are very powerful attributes to have and to view ourselves with. Again, we're going to say King definitely has the Olympics coming up within the next year or so. So we definitely need to support that. That's going to take us grown folk to show and prove and vote with our wallets. Things are needed, right? You need support with traveling accommodations, hotel stay, things are needed. So we definitely need to pull together in support of that. He has you said it's the Black Heritage Swim Meet coming up in North Carolina. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay, we have that coming up, so we definitely want to show King our love and support. We want to show Reese Learning Street and that whole camp. That's a powerful, powerful camp. They're coming through the next year. Watch out for them. They're coming through. They have Miss My Joy doing the music. We got King over here. We got Mama Cherie over here. The Karmic Dynasty over there. So just be on the lookout for their endeavors coming out. We on our end, we'll make sure that we share them with you. King, we appreciate you so much for your time. I wish I could keep you longer, but I do know that it's dinner time, and we just thank you so much for your time and speaking with us tonight. Okay,
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
no problem. And could you give us the information of where you can be followed at one more time?
You can find me on Instagram at King the Swimmer 09 and Snapchat at King the Swimmer.
All righty. So get on those pages, click the follow button to follow King and his movements. We appreciate you again, King. We appreciate. Wait a minute. Let's see. My Joy says, "Good job, cousin. I'm so proud of you." Shout out to My Joy, man. Both of you babies are super talented and going far. And with that being said, thank you to the viewers. We appreciate you. And we'll have that information for the sponsorship packages and all that available for you right after this broadcast. Peace, love, and Black power.
Peace.